Today's a full house even. Like it's so odd. And this is episode 2. Ladies and gentlemen, once again we welcome you to the Castaway. This is our second episode. My name is CharlyTuna and here we have a full house.
Yeah.
Hello.
I think everyone's gonna introduce themselves. To my left, I guess.
Full circle.
Yeah.
Mr. John.
My name's Nation. Hope you guys enjoy this shit.
Kami over here.
Got your boy SVS over here as a guest, I'll be making more appearances soon.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Just came to talk about the MCU. Let's do this.
Yep.
Yeah, we got your boy Baxton Skywalkr here, Wavy King Wavy Swanky Doodle,
Your mama favorite rapper.
AKA. Yeah, you know how it is, straight up. So, Marvel MCU podcast, Castaway episode 2, and whoa, where do we start, man? Like Marvel, man.
I know. Do we start from the end or the beginning?
Yeah, there's like so much.
How about we start right from Infinity War?
Okay, yeah.
Should we start from Infinity War? I think we should end.
Okay, maybe we should.
Okay, that one's the most recent one in our mind. So basically, alright. So a few weeks ago, we all watched Avengers Infinity War like everybody else on the fucking planet. And what do you guys scheme about it? I thought it was dope.
Yeah, it was a dope scope.
I thought it was honestly a really dope scope.
Thanos the movie.
Thanos the movie, yes.
Yeah. Josh Brolin, the Thanos.
Yeah, Josh Brolin killed that role as Thanos. I think the thing I liked about Infinity War the most was Thanos was the protagonist of the movie. It was his movie. He wasn't the hero, but it was his goals, his motivations, him trying to finish everything.
I like the pacing of the movie.
Oh yeah.
It started off great.
For 2 hours, it was actually worth it.
Yeah,
I haven't seen a good 2-hour scope in a long time.
Yeah, probably Lord of the Rings. Which one?
Like it's going
Justice League.
Yeah, Justice League was a brilliant movie, man. Everybody enjoyed that one. Man.
Absolute amazing, man.
That's DC.
I love how funny it was.
It was wild. So these guys have been building up to this movie for 10 years and actually managed to deliver, which I think on itself is an achievement alone.
Yeah.
Like for getting all the box office sales and everything like that.
10 years.
Yeah.
Bro, 10 years.
When did the build-up start?
From Iron Man 1 in May 2, 2008. Yeah.
That was a dope fucking movie.
Yeah, it was. It honestly was. But I do have one thing with Infinity War though. It's still not. But I honestly don't think it's the best Marvel movie ever.
What are you saying? Winter Soldier?
Yes.
Winter Soldier was an amazing Marvel.
Yes.
Not
Just that, dude.
I mean, there's a point there.
bro.
There is a point.
It was a very good movie.
The Russo brothers.
Yeah, that was their first movie, and they flexed with that scope more than anything else. I mean, how many Marvel movies were you like, okay, Cap is a fucking beast?
All the Cap movies.
Except Cap 1.
America.
Okay, not Cap 1.
No.
Cap 1 was good, it gave
Cap
us
one
like
was
some
But it
feels.
didn't have like a lot of people to fight because it was back in the day. It was just a build up basically.
Yeah, he had World War II, That was...
It was good. I think Winter Soldier was great, but I
wasn't
don't.
expecting
Would it
to like
be the greatest?
The first Avenger. Like I wasn't expecting to like it that much. Like the
first
I enjoyed it.
The first one, I really enjoyed that movie because
First Avengers.
yeah, I think the craziest thing with Avengers 1 was everybody outside of the comic sphere, especially at that time, like everyone nowadays wants to be a Marvel, I know comic books because I watch the movies type shit. When Avengers 1 came out, people around me who didn't know Marvel were like confused at what the fuck was going on. They even just check out the poster like, but I don't get it. What's happening? Why are you so excited? I'm like, it's the fucking Avengers. You don't know the Avengers? And then it's like, no. We know Spider-Man, we know X-Men, because those scopes already came out. But no one knew the Avengers, and then that thing, blew it out of the water. But, okay, so Infinity War was a brilliant movie. I think also the one thing I really enjoyed about it was Infinity War made Thor really hot.
Yeah, which he is. I mean, he's a god, so
Yeah, but
they made
do you remember
him
Thor
good
1 and 2?
character as well. Like he was written like really well. as
Yeah,
well.
it was.
They switched up the writing on Thor, and that was cool, man.
And
he wasn't just like, oh,
I am
Odin
Thor.
son.
And he would have actually killed
Killed
Thanos if
yeah.
he didn't have the time stone yet.
yeah.
And all that. Okay, Thanos literally
but
just had
like,
the ultimate cheat code. with
Thanos
I
is
like the
just like the
progression
baddest motherfucker in
Thor,
the
like,
universe.
As a character,
I mean,
yeah.
you got Hulk shook.
Yeah, you gotta beat the shit out the Hulk, man. Like,
That nigga didn't want to come out.
he was like, nigga,
get it
No, nigga.
He had performance
I want to
issues.
get my
man.
ass beat.
Couldn't get it out.
the whole
Yeah.
movie, man. He couldn't.
Yeah, but no, Kami's right with that aspect. Like, Thor's writing was just improved upon from Ragnarok. Like, Ragnarok really changed it up. And apparently, Chris Hemsworth was like, after Thor 2, he even got bored with Thor. He's like, we really, really need to change some stuff up. So, when the director of Ragnarok came through and they changed up the whole story, and then the Russo brothers were like, now we're going to turn this shit up to 100. And then they actually made Thor a compelling character. Though Cap was kind of weakish in that movie.
Cap wasn't
Cap's
doing anything.
team, yeah, Cap's team was
I
underwhelming.
expected to see more of the camping.
Maybe we'll see more of him in the next movie.
Yeah, because
It wasn't really about Cap when you think of it.
it was mostly Tony.
It was mostly Thor, Tony. It was mostly like everything happening in space as compared to what was happening
On Earth.
you
Yeah.
see. Like, so.
Because even Black Panther just felt like a cameo. Like, they just needed it to be in Wakanda because Black Panther came out recently.
And it's so.
Yeah, it did. Infinity War sold gangbuster. So,
Record breaking, you know?
yeah, it broke a shit ton of records.
Didn't break Black Panther's records?
It did. Easy.
Great.
Like,
You know, that's like the best thing when you're breaking your own records.
Panther is now the people's champ.
Yeah, it is.
if these guys are going to, if their contracts actually are done, Chris Evans and all of them, Panther's definitely one of the people taking the MCU on forward as the next de facto leader of the Avengers and shit like that. But then there also comes a question, should they get rid of Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark?
I think it's a brilliant
Hell
character
no.
for Tony Stark.
I think it's a
Don't.
He plays the role so perfectly. So perfectly.
If you saw him in the street, you'd probably say, hey,
Iron Man.
Hey, Iron Man, yeah, you know what I mean. But I don't know if there are many people that can pull it off.
The way he did.
The way he did?
there's few
No,
people.
he's just kind of cemented himself.
As Iron Man, yeah.
That's him, bro.
If Robert Downey
could,
is not
like,
in the
try it?
fucking next Marvel movie, if he's not Iron Man anymore, it's a boycott. So it's a boycott.
The whole world will boycott for
Bye.
that shit.
Because I think the only way for them to continue, like with the Iron Man story,
Maybe
is
they'll
to bring in the girl.
Yeah.
Like,
Riri Williams.
yeah.
Hey.
That's the only way, because you can't bring another Robert Downey Jr. That just can't
Nah,
happen.
Side note,
that's gonna
I
fuck
think.
it up.
What's her name again?
Riri Williams.
No, Captain Marvel.
Oh, Carol Danvers.
No,
Brie
no,
Larson.
no, Brie Larson, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's I like that choice.
No, I like that choice as
Really
well.
like that choice.
Chick looks hot for days. And apparently the Russo brothers are saying that she's going to be the strongest Avenger.
Wait, don't we have Adam Warlock coming up in the next scope?
No, he's coming out in Guardians 3, which doesn't make any sense as well. Because Adam Warlock was important in the original Infinity Gauntlet storyline. He was the one who practically stopped Thanos the first time. But now this time they want him in Guardians 3, so he might make a cameo in Infinity War, but they've said he might not. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of crazy stuff. So let's backtrack here.
Backtrack.
Yeah, backtrack. All the way in 2008, after Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 3 and the X-Men films came out, Marvel decided that they want to now make their own movies under their own studio. Now the major problem was Spider-Man and the X-Men and the Fantastic Four are the face of Marvel in terms of comic books and stuff like that. And they didn't have the rights to those. They sold those rights because at that time Marvel was bankrupt. So they got about $523 million in debt to clear off. So they got the guy Kevin Feige and they were now like, we want to make a cinematic universe. So Kevin Feige started planning everything out. And that's how the first Iron Man came through. And the director of Iron Man 1, Jon Favreau, was like, I will make these movies, but Robert Downey Jr. just has to be Tony Stark. And apparently Robert Downey Jr. didn't have a really like a public record at that time. I think he was a bad boy doing, bad boy celebrity
Now we
shit.
know the story.
He was like cheap Johnny Depp.
That's a lot.
But that's in the past.
That's way in the past. He's
awesome.
making too much money.
Awesome.
So then they made Iron Man 1. And the funniest thing is, and me and SBS were talking about this earlier, I honestly thought The Incredible Hulk was before Iron Man.
What?
Yeah. Because I watched The Incredible Hulk first.
Came out the same year.
They came out the same year, literally about 3 months apart. Iron Man
Oh, you
came
mean
out.
the
Edward Norton.
Edward Norton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the only actor they've ever replaced in terms of in the MCU.
I didn't mind it.
I like Norton in
Yeah,
The
it was
Incredible
pretty.
Hulk.
It was pretty okay.
He was a cool Bruce Banner. And just,
That guy.
the
can
Abomination.
act.
Yeah, he can act for days. Then, the guy they picked was alright, I guess. Mark Ruffalo?
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like Edward Norton, he captured the internal struggle really well.
For the Hulk
Yeah,
in general, yeah.
Like the Banner Hulkism.
And
Because the previous Hulk was boring.
I can't believe people actually managed to succeed in
Although
that.
the desert jumping was.
That was the coolest.
That was the coolest part.
That was the coolest part.
I swear I watched that movie just to see the guy jump through the desert, man.
And him bite a missile.
Yeah, that too.
I didn't mind the missile biting thing. As a kid, I thought that
They
was
had
cool
you
as
kick the
shit.
missile.
Dante surfed the missile.
Oh, sauce. Straight sauce.
That own is sauce. So after Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk came out, and then I think that was when the first post-credit scene happened, or the first one I remember, where Robert Downey appeared at the end speaking to General Ross and was like, "We got something going on." And then the rest of the movies started from there. So it was Iron Man, then The Incredible Hulk, and then Iron Man 2. Who remembers that movie even?
Iron Man 2, wasn't that with
That was the one with
War Machine and Electric Whip.
whip guy.
Electric whip.
oh my god.
They shouldn't have done it. They could have skipped it.
Iron Man 2?
They could have skipped it.
Yeah, but basically the guy in the wrestler, I just can't remember his name.
I can't remember it either, man. That was
But he's the guy who was in the wrestler as well.
Iron Man's biggest problems, all three scopes, is, and a lot of Marvel movies in general, and everyone can just admit this, Marvel movies have bad villains.
Yeah, that's what I loved about Infinity War is they really, finally a nice villain.
A well-written villain.
Yeah.
Like him, Killmonger, Loki are the only good villains in a 10-year plus franchise
Single
of
tier
shit.
for your boy.
Killmonger was a great villain.
For your boys.
Killmonger was actually a brilliant villain. But we'll get to Black Panther.
Yeah, we'll get to that. So, after Iron Man 2, obviously War Machine was introduced. The War Machine armor is one of my favorite Iron Man armors. In general, I like guns on a fucking Iron Man suit.
It's a Gundam.
Yeah, it's a mini Gundam.
It's practically a mini Gundam.
And then came, I'll probably say, the weakest in Phase 1 after Iron Man 2. And that would be Thor.
Thor 1.
Yeah, Thor 1.
Thor 1 wasn't bad. I liked it. I liked it.
I thought it was average.
It wasn't great, but it wasn't like bad. I mean, it was a great way to introduce Thor. That's what I felt.
With his whole Odin thing, him losing the hammer. It was okay.
Yeah, it was
as a good
great
Thor
way to
origin story.
Yeah, it was okay.
It did everything. And Hawkeye appeared in that one.
Yeah, he did.
I was like Hawkeye's first appearance.
Didn't we also have
They fixed Hawkeye in Age of Ultron.
Yeah. Strangely enough. Then
Before that, it's like they didn't know what they were trying to do with him.
he was the guy with the bow and arrow. What could you do with him?
Too edgy.
Way too edgy. And then a lot of elements from Thor were going to be pushed onto the first Avengers movie. But then Thor came out in 2011. About how many years? a year after Iron Man 2. And then on the same year, the first Captain America movie came out.
In the same year we had Thor?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
May, June, July. They were
Okay,
literally
Thor was
3 months
trash. Thor was trash. Because the first Avenger, God, that scope was good. That was a great origin movie, man.
Yeah, you know
It's Captain
World
America. World War II.
It's
We had
supposed to
Red
be.
Skull, man.
It's
Like,
supposed to have that dark element to it, 'cause it's
and
fucking
it
World War
nailed
II.
it. Like, I
Yeah.
actually really liked it.
No, okay, Okay, I love all the
And at
Captain
least his
America
costume
movies.
wasn't,
Over
this
cheesy.
is a pet peeve of mine. I hated Captain America's costume.
Shit.
I hated it.
The original one with all the bright
with
colors
the
and the
wings.
wings. It's like, nigga, put some leather on. Come on.
Underwear.
Like, do something.
Overwear.
Do something. But it's sad because he didn't scream for freedom or stars and stripes the whole movie. Like,
Thank you.
what? Didn't we stop playing Marvel vs. Capcom 3 by the time Cap 1 came out?
Yeah. By that time we've been playing it for like quite a while.
Oh yeah, and that's where the stars and stripes really just always in my brain. Then obviously a year later, the first of many billion-dollar movie makings to come was the first Marvel Avengers scope, which I enjoyed. I still enjoy it.
Yeah.
It made sense back then, especially as a comic book nerd, more than anything else, like all these characters all in one, because one, that never happened. Before that, the only team movie was X-Men. And then, the shitty Wolverine movie. And Spider-Man and shit. So Avengers 1 came out. Nation, what did you think about it? Did you watch it? You didn't watch the first Avengers movie, except
Can't remember shit.
Loki came through, beam in the sky, everyone fights. Hell no.
I didn't.
No. Everyone watched that movie separately. I think I was at work or some shit.
Your boy's tired.
But to be honest with you, what can I say about the first one, bro?
So you can't really remember much from phase 1.
But I mean, that's
10 years
too
ago,
much
man.
clutter. There's too much interference.
Yeah. It was a long ass time ago.
My bro, you really can't remember shit.
Yeah. But the first Avengers came out, it broke gangbuster records when it came out. It was the one that became, I think, the third highest grossing film of all time, after Titanic and Avatar and another scope I can't remember. And what didn't I like about that movie? Oh yeah, it started the trend of the giant laser beam in the sky and the city about to be destroyed and shit. Which Justice League, Suicide Squad, Ninja Turtles, Transformers, you can count so many movies that copy that formula afterwards. And it just, it was annoying as fuck, man. I can't stand that in a scope anymore. Fucking we need to save the world because someone wants to. Oh, Man of Steel also did giant laser beam in the sky.
Dubstep.
Yes. Kill a nigga with dubstep, man. The dubstep light show.
Some funny shit.
Honorable mentions
Like-
Ultron.
Shit up.
Like,
Switching off. So the first Avengers movie finished. Yeah, we're back online. Don't worry about that shit. So after Avengers 1, Marvel Phase 2 started. This one began with Iron Man 3, which was probably the shittiest.
I didn't really like Iron Man 3.
Yeah, it was
They
shit.
should have stopped Iron
And
Man
I think
from Iron
it
Man.
came out the same year Man of Steel came out.
Yeah, I think so, huh?
Yeah, so for me,
Fast the whole shit.
Man of Steel was brilliant.
I wasn't the biggest fan of Man of Steel.
I can understand why. Like,
Yeah,
no, I can understand
changed a lot
why.
of
They
things.
changed way too
Made
much
it
shit.
Dark.
No, not
People
even
don't like
dark
that
movie.
version of Superman.
It's not that like
It wasn't a Superman movie.
No, not really. I just didn't vibe with
I
it.
felt like they made a Superman for me.
That's where I feel with Man of Steel, like, in general. Was a Superman made just for me?
Maybe it was because like a Batman guy, and we were coming full still fresh off of
The Dark
whole-
Knight Rises
the Dark
stuff.
Knight.
That's why they made Man of Steel the way they made it. Like
Yeah,
to
yeah,
make
yeah.
it very Dark Knight-ish. But you know, Iron Man 3, I didn't like that scope at all. It was bad. The Mandarin was.
Tony Stark could have actually died.
He could have died in a lot of movies.
But then, like, he needed,
Oh yeah, he had the hearts thingy, and I think the thing I hate about the most was the villain. He was weak. Okay, all the Iron Man villains are weak, but he was like the weakest of the weak, which was just an abomination.
Speaking of abomination,
Thor: The Dark World.
not too bad.
I forgot it existed. I really thought Ragnarok was the second movie.
The movie.
like,
There was a Thor.
what
Dark
happened?
World. Remember with
Malekith the Accursed. Thor was taking on Dark Elves.
was that Natalie
the
Portman?
Reality Stone? That's when it first
I
appeared.
still don't remember it.
Yeah. Was that Natalie Portman?
Yeah, she was in Thor 2
Yeah.
and Thor
The
1.
one with Natalie Portman. The woman who's in
Jane.
Annihilation.
Jane Porter.
Like the,
Jane Foster.
Oh, Jane Foster.
Yeah,
right?
Jane Foster.
I mean, come on, bro. If we're going to talk about Natalie Portman, then we have to at least start from
Star Wars.
Star Wars, bro. Like,
I mean, I managed to finish it, so
Thor: The Dark World.
yeah,
Yeah, I finished it as well.
it wasn't too bad.
I just remembered that's where the
trash.
Reality Stone
Fucking
appeared.
hipster.
Nah, I didn't.
So it's bad.
Okay, so yeah.
It was
Oh yeah, and then Loki
Not
died.
amazing by any stretch.
Loki always does.
God
Yeah,
of mischief. It's part of the plan.
I'm back.
that's why even in Infinity War you're just scheming. I want this guy just come back.
Which he will.
Most like.
Bunshin.
Everyone will come back.
And then obviously after Thor: The Dark World, they even had to wait an entire year for the greatest Marvel movie,
The Winter Soldier.
The Winter Soldier.
Oh,
I love that movie.
I'll agree.
Backflips were dope.
Backflips
Oh,
for days. Bucky.
Oh, motorcycle capoeira.
Dude, the fight scene in the streets with the knife and just the metal
Motor's
arm and
edge.
shit. Hell,
Bucky.
even just the themes for that movie just made a lot of
The
sense.
Captain America movies are just great.
Except first Avenger is just average.
It wasn't bad though.
Yeah, average. The last two, brilliant.
Well, then it's
Because
also
Civil War
Yeah.
took me by surprise.
Yeah.
I didn't
well,
really
no,
think
the
I'd
thing
like it
is
that
with-
much.
What, Civil War?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Like, Spider-Man.
Yeah, but no one saw Spider-Man coming.
was
Yeah,
pretty
but
good.
like, Spider-Man.
Nah, but still.
And then,
And that was
Black
Black Panther.
Yeah.
I mean, immediately we hear Spider-Man, Black Panther. We know it was going to be good, bro. Like,
Yeah,
come
but
on.
no one knew the Winter Soldier was going to be that dope.
Okay, The Winter Soldier was an amazing scope. In fact, all of the Captain American movies were good. I feel like that's the best continuation.
I think it was the best trilogy
Yeah, it's the best trilogy they've done in
from
terms
all
of
the Marvel
MCU.
movies. Yeah.
And because we look at Avengers, and then we have Age of Ultron. Again,
Dubstep.
Yeah, that one. Anyway,
Ultron was a bit
Agent
trashy.
it was the most consistent. Like,
yeah, in terms of consistency, the Cap story was the one. But then afterwards, this comes down
Guardians?
to yes. I'll be honest. I do not like the Guardians of the Galaxy. No. One.
I really liked Guardians of the Galaxy, like the first movie, because of Thanos.
Yeah,
I mean,
because he
that-
came. That scene.
That scene. I
I'll
will bathe the Star Wars in
your
your
blood.
blood.
Ah,
I felt really good.
he just felt like the
And I'm a
ultimate
Thanos
badass.
fanboy, so
Yeah,
I'm
villain
all about
fanboy.
the powerful villains.
Stone.
Reality Stone. No, that scene was brilliant. It introduced Gamora, and I think the only really good thing I like about Guardians was how weird the direction it took was just, we're going to space, we're going to take LSD, ecstasy, and weed and make a movie. And then, this is how it looks like in my very high brain. And that's how it was. I mean, there was a celestial head for a planet. Celestials are, like Galactus-sized people.
I just remembered Galactus was a cloud in fucking.
Fantastic Four.
It was dust.
It was dust.
there's a reason that we skip.
No.
Never use the cloud.
Never use the cloud.
Never use the cloud.
At least it's better than Fantastic, because, oh, good lord.
Fantastic Four.
And then they had to bring in a Super Skrull element with what was it? Was it Johnny Storm?
Johnny Storm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Dude, he was absorbing powers and
Yeah,
shit.
that was Super Skrull right there.
That's Jade, because Chris Evans has been more superheroes than any other actor I know. Niggas, Johnny Storm, he was Raphael in the Ninja Turtles, and Captain America.
That's 3.
That's 3. Who else do you know has done 3?
I don't know anybody who done 2 besides him. Like, we could have ended at 2.
No, we had
Chris Evans in Euro Trip.
we had Ryan Reynolds
it was.
in.
Oh yeah, we had Ryan Reynolds in Deadpool.
Deadpool. No, but like
In Green
he
Lantern.
knows
We had
that.
Green Lantern.
He knows that.
He knows that.
He knows that. Like he knows that. Like
Knows it was a PEF. And then when you look at the MCU, it also expanded into the parts where none of us give a fuck about television, except Netflix.
do we?
Does anybody care about Netflix Marvel right now?
We care
No,
about
I like
Daredevil,
Yeah.
And the
Jessica
Punisher.
Jones, The Punisher.
Those were
Full
dope.
stop.
Those were really
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah.
Luke Cage.
Luke,
Luke Cage boring.
let's not go there, man.
My goodness.
Defenders.
Defenders boring.
For my black empowerment, I'll just watch Black Panther.
Black
again.
Panther, you know? If you want to rep it, I mean, we're Africans and shit, but fuck Luke Cage. That show
it's a bit harsh, but
sucks.
Isn't
But
it
he had
getting
a great
second
villain,
season?
man. Like
It's not bad.
Cottonmouth.
wasn't bad.
Cottonmouth was a dope villain.
Yeah, Cottonmouth was actually good.
Cottonmouth.
Just it was a bit.
Everything else
monotonous.
was... Dude, the actor's just kind of boring.
Yeah.
He has no life to him. He's just, I'm big, buff, and black.
And I want coffee.
And bitches.
And coffee.
A lot of coffee. He's probably the kind of guy literally go up to the street, look at a goose and like, I like my coffee dark. Then expect her to wet
I'm
herself.
pretty sure that he did that. Like,
That's probably his audition.
no, like in the actual series, in the actual season, he did
Yeah,
that
he
shit.
did have some corny.
He had some.
Everything was corny about him, man. Stop acting.
Stop. Punch yourself in the face.
What about Iron Fist? I forgot about that. You know what pissed me off was like in the trailer they showed him like
Doing the
hit
kung fu
ground
shit and doing all the
everything
Iron Fist stuff
everything went
expected.
boom, but that was like the final scene of the movie.
Last
and they showed
episode.
last episode and they showed that shit in the trailer. That was trash.
Grab a really bright LED
And just like I was
hold it
saying,
in your fist.
we were playing Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah.
Iron Fist is hype as shit in that game.
It was a chip, bro.
Oh, Iron Fist is like
Chirp, nigga,
he's
that nigga was just weak.
in my top 5 favorite characters.
In that game, yeah.
He's one of my mains, or I guess was now.
Yeah, because MVC.
What do you think of Nova series?
No, Nova's getting a scope. It's
Yeah.
definitely going to happen. He's definitely
Dude,
getting a scope.
Isn't it part of phase 3?
That'll be
Yeah,
some
he'll probably be
power
part of
level
phase 3. Because they've already
crossover
introduced the
kill
Nova Corps
damage.
Because
in Guardians.
we also have like oh shit, did we even reach Ant-Man?
No, we haven't even reached Ant-Man
Because
yet.
we have Wasp coming out, like
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I don't care about that movie.
No one cares
No one
about
cares.
Ant-Man.
I don't know why I thought I was gonna see Ant-Man.
in like
Infinity War.
Nah, he was there. He was just shrunken. He was about all the
He
time.
was pulling a solid snake.
He was just sneaking around. Don't worry, when Thanos over snaps, just go in his brain and explode out. Or some shit like that.
that's
But-
actually quite.
That is so on the money. Oh god.
Like you can kill Thanos like that easily. Just him going inside his brain and then just expanding. Giant
just
man.
go in with a nice pair of scissors and just
It's like crazy. But the one thing I'll admit with Ant-Man, out of all the Marvel movies, it was the most visually unique. The whole shrinking thing, even just the way they played with the depth of field with the camera work. It was a very unique looking movie. It just was another Marvel movie.
It felt forced. Everything, a lot of things feel forced.
With Marvel,
just
Yeah.
like Justice League's comedy. Forced. Forced.
I feel like we should have another episode just to talk about Justice League.
No, we need one about DC.
DC.
We're gonna have an episode about DC.
yeah, you guys should look out for that one. Subscribe for that shit. We are going to bash the DCEU because
But
we had hope.
How can we bash it? I mean, it was so funny.
Yeah. I mean, like, whew.
Yeah, man, that movie was amazing.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
Superman with the
They really
CGI.
tried to copy Marvel after BVS didn't do so well.
Yeah.
So they tried to switch it up, but same shit.
And the
Different
funniest thing with that is they got Joss Whedon, who did Avengers 1 and Age of Ultron. He practically helped set up the MCU with that style, and then he decides, let me throw it in there. You know, Zack Snyder dip. You and all your grays and your greens dip. I'm making this shit orange.
Poop filter.
Poop. What a poop filter.
Ding 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 ding.
This nigga wins.
Time out.
So then after Ant-Man phase 3 began, and now they want to start switching shit up. Besides the poop filter.
But we digress.
It was a shit movie. No one's going to deny that one. Then came Captain America: Civil War in 2016.
Amazing. It was a really good movie.
I still have one complaint with that
Those
movie.
guys really know how to make it feel like
You
a
motherfuckers
war
left me
movie.
behind. There I'm still touched.
Civil War was like real great. Civil War was like, you know, we had Spider-Man finally being brought into the
Black
MCU,
Panther.
Black Panther.
Spider-Man.
We had Bucky come back, man. Like, of course. And,
The
you know,
fight scenes were amazing. The airport
That
scene.
airport scene, even though I think War Machine should have died.
Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah.
completely forgot. He's the other character they changed in terms of the MCU. Because initially it was Terrence Howard.
it was Lucius Lyon.
Yeah, it was Lucius Lyon.
Lucius Lyon was War Machine.
Lucius Lyon was War Machine first. And then they gave it to Don Cheadle.
Yeah.
And, you know, no one cares about War Machine.
But I
Boring.
don't think that
It's like
he does
Hawkeye.
it.
No one cares about him. They will try
I feel like they've changed
Age of
Hawkeye. Have
Ultron
they changed
made...
Hawkeye?
No, they
I
haven't.
like Hawkeye.
It's the same guy?
Way better
Yeah.
than I like
War Machine.
War
Any
Machine
day.
is-
Like, Age of Ultron made Hawkeye a character. Not just the guy
With my
at the bow and arrow.
family and everything.
Yeah, you know, he was married to Velma from Scooby-Doo of all people. That's hard,
I shoot arrows.
I think.
I am edgy as fuck.
But
Well, it's better than the
don't
purple
talk.
costume.
and then we have like how could we talk about the Avengers without
That's like
talking
polar
about
opposite of actual
Natalia?
Hawkeye.
What? Black
Tasha.
Widow?
No, actually, yeah, Black Widow.
Natasha Romanoff.
Yeah,
She first appeared in Iron Man 2.
yeah.
Yeah, that's when she first appeared, and then she was in Avengers.
There was this one scene in I think it was in Winter Soldier, right?
Yeah.
So she's talking to Cap, right? She's talking to Cap. And you know, this just shows how much of a hoe she is. But like he just doesn't get it. I don't know how he doesn't get it. She had to literally switch to the Hulk. Like
That's cold.
no, like for real, man. This is literally how the scene was, eh? She's like, oh, those pants, I like them, but I think they'd look. Then the Cap's like, oh, really? Thank you. Like, you should see the shop I got them at. Then she's like, but I think they'd look better off. Then he's like, but I don't think this shop would sell them like that. Like, some shit like that. Like,
Dude, that
you
time
know,
there
this
was-
is me. Is this your captain? Is this your captain?
This is your
Is
captain.
he your captain now?
I think there's that one line in Avengers Age of Ultron which I laughed at a lot, where they're busy talking about the Hulk, and then Iron Man literally says, I hope Black Widow and the Hulk aren't playing hide the zucchini. Like, that's Mao.
That's a big zucchini.
That's a big one.
I sure that may be cute. No, that's a cucumber.
Probably.
Probably.
They're fist-shaped cucumber.
What a woman. Just amazing.
I mean, to handle that shit, I'm sorry.
Anyway,
That is some curiosity.
Those are questions for the depths of your mind.
I'll ask him. So after Civil War, Doctor Strange came out.
I like Doctor
I
Strange.
hated Dormammu.
I hated
Okay,
Dormammu.
Dormammu was trash, but like I liked the
God.
Passion.
the visual treat we got to Doctor Strange was much better than Ant-Man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's true.
Great, like
It was.
I just really hated Dormammu.
And with
Yeah.
I hate 3D,
Yep.
but they pulled it off.
They pulled it off.
It was a good chance to bring in Dormammu, but they fucked him
they
up.
fucked up,
Just
man.
give him the fucking
Dude.
flaming head. What's wrong with that?
You know what?
Needs
We've
the
been asking this
flaming head.
question for time. What happens after Thanos? Dormammu could have been the best answer
Yup.
if they did him right. Cause now I don't give a
It
shit.
still might come, and maybe that was just a trippy visual for him talking from another dimension or some shit like that.
Stone.
True.
That might happen.
And you know, people lost their shit when the who's this Chronicles of Narnia witch was made as the ancient one, because he was initially an old Asian yo. Then they made it, a tall, alien-looking white lady. Tilda Swinton, that's her name. Yeah. I prefer Chronicles of Narnia, but
I love the Chronicles of Narnia.
the first one.
That's a classic.
It is. So Doctor Strange came out. Visuals were brilliant. Fucking Benedict Cumberbatch is just a good actor in general.
Yeah, he's a
Speaking
very good
of-
actor.
New series airing right now. Patrick Melrose, he's brilliant in it.
Yeah, what's the series?
It's about a guy who
Loves
he's like
drugs.
he's a high functioning drug addict, basically.
Oh,
Like Mr. Robot.
Huh?
Like Mr. Robot.
Yeah, but
Crazy.
not as
Well, what
not
is
as
in one
incognito
episode,
as
Oh, okay.
like
yeah.
you could tell this guy it's like maybe 10 at night, but he's got the shades on.
That's so Jade.
yes, V.
So
Damn shit,
Doctor Strange
like-
was a good movie. I think they nerfed Strange a bit too much though.
Yeah, they did.
Like they nerfed him bad.
And then they
I guess it was
unnerved him.
Yeah,
just
then they unnerfed him in Infinity
it was just an intro, so he was still getting the hang of the whole.
becoming Sorcerer
Becoming
Supreme and
Sorcerer
shit like
Supreme.
that.
Yeah, everybody he was fighting was weak as fuck too. So
They made Mordor a black guy who got pissed off and then left. I can't remember that movie much, except for the fact that it had trippy visuals.
It was okay.
Yeah, it was.
It was like Ant-Man.
Yeah,
Just with better visuals.
yeah. Okay, then Guardians Volume 2 came out, and once again,
More trippy visuals.
the comedy in Guardians of
classic
the
rock.
Galaxy is just, I don't know. I honestly do sometimes think the Guardian series
But to be
ruined
honest, I feel like the comedy in Guardians of the Galaxy is the only one that does it right. Like,
Yes.
it's the only
Yeah,
one
man.
that does it right because it's meant to be
A
like,
comedy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
space
even the
comedy.
comics,
knows
the
what it
Guardians
wants
of
to
the,
be.
yeah, it's not like it's forcing it or adding these other layers. It's like at its core, some stupid
It's
shit.
a comedy, yeah.
And like I feel like they still go with that, and I like that about the Guardians of the Galaxy series. I like that about 2. Drax is the MVP. man.
Why Gamora?
Why Gamora? I'm even about to contradict myself here, because as much as I don't like the Guardians movies, and the way I don't like the way they followed the comedy into all the movies, the Guardians in Infinity War were just such funny people. It didn't make any sense to me. Why I was
Sweet
enjoying
rabbit.
them more in Infinity War than I enjoyed them in their regular Guardians movies.
Sweet Rabbit.
Yeah, the Sweet Rabbit. and
Sweet
everything.
Rabbit. I felt Thor just he
That's like
he fit in
bromance.
perfectly.
Yeah, because
Straight bromance.
Thor is also like a comedy character.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then he also
that's
has
kind of where
his
they shifted,
Shakespearean
yeah.
type shit.
Yeah.
Then Spider-Man Homecoming came out.
Homecoming. Great.
I did not expect Homecoming to be as good as I didn't expect to enjoy it the way I did. Cause after
I
the
like the actor.
We finally had Gambino in Spider-Man, even though he's not Spider-Man. He's Miles Morales' uncle, who is
the thief.
crook.
Yeah, the crook.
He sells weapons and shit. But we finally had him there, man.
It was a long time coming, because people actually wanted him to be the Prowler.
Oh yeah. Tom Holland. That's it.
Yeah, Tom Holland.
Tom Holland's portrayal as
Way
Spider-Man
better than
is
Andrew
great.
Garfield.
Way better than.
Oh,
I mean, I'm
God.
not,
I can't.
He's a good actor, yes, but
I'm not gonna knock him for the performance. It's just, you know what happens when big corporations are involved.
They wanted
Sometimes
money.
your creative license just flies out the window, right?
Yeah, it does. And remember, Sony owns Spider-Man at them. They have the rights for
Because that Spider-Man was
yeah.
way too cool, bro.
He was too good. He was a skateboarding parkour Spidey before he got bit. And then he got bit and he was just cooler now. Except now with superpowers. I was weak. But Tom Holland
I like Jamie Foxx though.
as a lecturer.
Yeah, I didn't mind
insane.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty good.
Props.
It's actually
Green
a
Goblin
really-
was in that movie.
He was?
He was?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit.
Harry
yeah, it was.
Osborn. He was like
Osborn.
discount Green Goblin.
I actually don't remember anything about Green Goblin.
He just came at
That's
the
from the Amazing Spider-Man, right?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
Amazing
Oh
Spider-Man.
no, please, blanked.
Yeah, I mean,
But then Vulture in Homecoming was actually another decent villain.
Vulture in Homecoming was great.
Yeah,
Like,
he was
character
played
was
by Batman,
Yeah.
Michael Keaton.
Michael
the
Keaton,
first
yeah.
Batman, and he actually did it. So I can actually put Vulture as one of the more better villains in the Marvel Cinematic Universe because he had
I feel like
story,
the more recent
motivation.
Marvel villains have been
better. They're
better
improving.
written. Yeah.
They're improving a lot.
side note, Michael Keaton's Batman Forever, guilty pleasure.
Oh no, that one I agree. It's Batman and Robin was like, oh god, no. That one was a toy
Batman
commercial.
and Robin.
Oh, wait, no. Wait.
Come
George
on,
Clooney.
man. Like
George
Bat-
Clooney,
Oh,
the nipples.
yeah, I mixed it up.
Robin.
Oh, shit. Yeah, George Clooney.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is Mr.
That's what I was
Freeze.
talking about.
The puns.
I still
Oh
don't
my
get
God.
that suit with the nipples.
I don't understand it as well.
So what? It's
Somehow
supposed to guard his nipples?
somehow you're able to survive poison ivy by putting a
Plastic on your lips.
thin sheet of plastic over your lips.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
But yeah, that's a guilty pleasure movie.
Batgirl was hot.
Back, yeah. Yeah, she was. She was. Robin was a douchebag,
Yeah.
as usual.
But Batgirl was hot.
Yeah. So after Spider-Man, Thor Ragnarok came out, and this is when they decided to actually change up the character of Thor, give him a much better story. But the villain once again was just, I am angry.
Who was
and
the
I want-
villain?
His
His sister.
sister, Helga.
Oh yeah, Hella.
Hella, yeah.
Helga.
Basically, Helga.
Seems
Oh,
like
she was
could
OP
be a
as fuck.
Yeah, she was
That's
OP.
basically the devil. Like,
Except hot.
in terms of like Norse mythology, which is what it's based on.
Except very hot. The one thing I didn't like about Thor
That
was the
woman is not
beginning.
human.
Yeah. The beginning. It didn't make sense. Odin dies and they're just like, I'm sad. But the biggest problem with Thor Ragnarok was, for me, their jokes. You can't have a joke every time you want to do something serious.
But then again,
Every scene.
Well, I mean, given the
Thor.
context of where they were,
it's
No, I love the way they
it's
work
a
in
mishmash of,
space.
it's
the
a giant
mishmash.
junkyard
It's
full of
Thor.
shit from
We're
different
not-
universes.
we're not, we already gave up on taking Thor seriously.
Yeah, so making him
and
a lot
they knew that.
comedic, yeah.
So that was their perspective on trying to now
Make it
give
better.
us all perspectives on Thor. They'll throw the comedy all the time because he's with the Hulk. I mean, he's with the Hulk.
Yeah, Thor and the Hulk is a comedy duo.
What's he going to do about it? Like, he's with the Hulk. He's going to be serious the whole time. He's with the Hulk.
Thor like PewDiePie. Hulk. Okay, even the comedy direction they've taken with the Hulk, I don't mind it. I actually think it's smart. At least he's not just the big angry green guy.
Yeah, it adds a much needed dimension to his character.
Yeah, besides I'm bad raging Hulk, which was just nonsensical. Then obviously after Thor Ragnarok happened, the movie every black person had been waiting for,
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda Forever,
AKA
aka the
T'Challa.
Black Panther. That movie was good.
It was good. I still don't think it was as good as people make it seem.
Yes.
I watched
Yes.
it again the other day, I agree.
Yes.
Like, it wasn't as good
I
as.
don't know. Maybe
Overhyped.
I mean,
But it was kind of like worth the wait, like from Civil War. It's the first time, we're getting a black superhero and all that bullshit. Okay,
What's the first black superhero
guy,
movie?
okay. He must be so exhausted to do that shit.
the whole X thing.
The whole X thing. Like, I'm just trying to buy some fucking
but
milk and go home.
it's quite good.
That is
Just like Andrew Garfield, I mean, he's a good actor.
Andrew
He's a
Garfield's
brilliant actor.
but he was a shitty Spider-Man.
Yep.
Casting,
Same shit.
That was a shitty movie.
casting
In general.
problems.
So, looking onto the future of Marvel, before Infinity War Part 2, it's Captain Marvel coming out. Carol Danvers is making a first appearance. This will be the Marvel's
is an
first.
Ant-Man coming up first?
Oh, it's Ant-Man and the Wasp coming out
Yeah.
later this year, and then Captain Marvel next year.
And then when do we have Nova? When's Nova coming?
We don't know what's happening with Phase 4. All we just know is
One day.
Captain Marvel. Afterwards, it's Black Panther 2, Spider-Man 2 have already been announced.
Wait,
Guardians 3 will come out also in Phase 4.
and then when are we going to have Infinity War 2?
Infinity War 2 is next year.
2019?
It's after Captain Marvel.
Okay.
And I don't even know what to expect from that movie, except for the fact that I
hope Drax doesn't kill him. Oh god.
I don't want Drax to kill Thanos. No.
Because there was that scene in the comics where Drax killed Thanos by, putting
Punching
his
him.
arm through him. Yeah.
He Goku'd him, punched a hole right through his stomach.
Drax of all people.
Drax.
Why is Gamora?
Batista.
He really plays the role well though.
Yeah, he really does.
I did not think Batista would
I kind of feel weird seeing him just like, in his
As Batista.
normal, like in real life.
Yeah, it's
I
so
haven't
jaded.
seen him in
Stumbling
his
on my
real
words.
life in like 5 years.
like even seeing him just like out of costume in real life, it's starting to feel weird. Like,
Nah. So I know before we even close up, niggas want to talk anime because this is an
Lightning
anime
round.
channel. But before that, lightning round. Who are your favorite MCU characters in general?
Thanos.
Game over.
Alright, this versus Thanos.
let me get the lighter.
Spider-Man. Wait, are we talking about the MCU?
MCU. Yeah.
Oh, the MCU?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. That makes
God
shit
damn.
a lot harder. But I'm still going to
Thanos,
say Tom
Cap.
Holland. Tom Holland, Cap.
Thanos.
Thanos again.
You know, I
Wolverine's
think
always been my favorite, but don't tell you something you don't know.
He's not in there. He ain't the MCU for shit.
Oh, as in, wait.
We're talking MCU. Like, who are your favorite MCU characters?
Oh, wait. What you're saying? You're saying, dude. I think you just spazzed.
no, you're saying your favorite
MCU.
MCU,
character.
like from the Marvel Cinematic Universe right now.
Oh, from the Marvel Cinema. Oh shit. Ooh.
Tom Holland, Spider-Man. Chris Evans, Captain America.
I think I'll go with Cap.
Cap. Yep. Definite.
Nation.
You're welcome.
Almost Thanos, bro.
Yeah, he's Thanos, bro. He's just Thanos. Okay, I honestly think Thanos, Thor, the Winter Soldier, Cap, the
Edit that out.
Shuri. I think I like
Princess
Shuri more.
Shuri is the best princess on earth.
She's Disney's greatest princess. Oh, here's actually an interesting question that actually came up before we even wrap up to anime. Do you guys think Shuri is the smartest person on the Marvel Cinematic Universe right now?
Right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smarter than both Hulk
Yeah, she
or
is.
Bruce.
Let's wrap it up. She is. There's a reason why Bruce Banner was like, we have tried. Take her to Wakanda. She's the smartest person in the MCU right now. She's smarter than
Tony.
Yeah, she's smarter than Tony. I mean, Tony didn't know how to get that fucking stone out Vision's head.
No, he wasn't around.
Yeah, but like even if he was
And he was
around,
on to him and Bruce were the
Tony.
people that put the Mind Stone in Vision.
and Bruce said
They
they
couldn't.
can't take it out. So
And she said she could, and she did. No. Scarlet.
Thanos
No.
took it out.
Oh, Thanos took it out.
Yeah, Thanos.
She did. Let's not get that wrong.
You see.
But,
But then
yeah.
Thanos happened.
Yeah, Thanos happened.
But then
Do you know?
Thanos
Do you know what else is my favorite character, dude? You guys are
Stones.
forgetting one of the most deeply and most hardest. He's like the greatest written character in the MCU, man.
Ant-Man.
Everybody knows him. No, not Ant-Man. Falcon. You guys are cruel.
oh shit! I'm sorry. I couldn't help that one.
I bet we're all thinking for a second, who's Falcon? Falcon?
Whoa.
Oh shit.
Yeah. June. Yeah, I think.